Welcome to the fourth video of my OET course. It's going to be about the writing part. It's part of the OET course that you need to score high in your OET exam. This video is going to be a bit longer and it has more parts because I've made everything step by step for you. What you have to do, don't skip any part of this video because if you miss one step, you'll miss the whole plan. In this video, I'm going to talk about layout of the exam, all the resources you need to score high. I'll talk about layout of the letter. We will understand assessment criteria. We will read and underline some practice tests through the sample papers. Then you'll write your own letter, and I'll teach you how to use AI to score it and check your mistakes. So everything in just one video. Let's begin. In the writing subtest of OET, you'll have 45 minutes altogether, and there will be just one task that you have to do. The 45-minute time is divided into two parts: preparation time, 5 minutes, and then writing time for 40 minutes. Remember, you cannot write during the preparation time. And within the next 40 minutes, you have to write and check your letter. Now let's talk about the resources you need to prepare for the exam. These are all the resources that I've used for my exam, and I scored more than 400. So you don't have to go anywhere else and find some extra content. Everything is in this file, and I've attached the link in the description. Go and download it. So what's included in it? Let's talk about it. First of all, you will see a folder with OET samples. I've created a file for each sample exam. Once you open it, you can see all the case notes and the sample letter. Here at the bottom, you will also see OET Ultimate Guide to the OET Writing Subtest. This is official guide that you have to read. Here you will have some practice tests that you can use. Here you will have OET Writing Assessment. Here is how assessment criteria looks like, because your letter would be assessed by 2 OET assessors. The criteria includes purpose, content, conciseness and clarity, genre and style, organization and layout, and then language. I'll talk about it later in detail. And then you will see a file in which I have added all the letters that I found online. Then there will be a PDF file about the grammar part. If your grammar is not good and you usually get confused about tenses, you have to do this. If your grammar is fine, then just skip it. Here I found a PowerPoint about signal markers. You can just open it and see how you can use these phrases and markers to combine the sentences. For example, as well as a result of. Once again, writing criteria. Then we have writing guidance. I found this file online and I think it's really helpful. This file includes the layout of different types of letters. For example, for a referral letter, urgent letter, or discharge, you just need this file and you can just compare how these are different. And the last one, that's also a practice test file. If you have extra time, then do this one. Otherwise, just leave it. The important ones include OET samples. Then you have to go through the grammar part if your grammar is weak, and then go through the signal markers. And don't forget to check the writing assessment criteria. And if you want to download the latest version of OET assessment criteria, simply go to Ready, click on Writing, and here you can download the criteria. To get the sample test, click on Learn More. Here you can download the test questions and answer key of each sample test. The file that I have provided is the same thing, but I have just combined all of them together. So you don't have to skip between the test questions and answer keys. I just combined them together. I'm providing you everything for free, right? I just want 2 things from you. Subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thank you. Let's continue. Now let's look at the layout of a letter. You can open any sample letter and try to understand the layout. You can divide the layout into simple parts. The first one, here you'll write the address and the name of doctor. Next one, you'll write the date. It's mentioned in the case notes.
Then here you'll write doctor's surname.
Then you'll write the patient's full name and date of birth. It's also mentioned in the case notes. In the first paragraph, you'll talk about the purpose of your letter, why you're writing this letter, and what the doctor or nurse has to do next. The second paragraph is going to be about the purpose extended. You'll extend your purpose. What you've mentioned in the first paragraph, just go look at the case notes and provide the background of the purpose. In the second paragraph, it's better if you talk about the current problem because it's the purpose extended. In the third paragraph, you can talk about the patient's history, current medication, and the lifestyle. In the fourth paragraph, you can talk about what you've recommended and prescribed to the patient. If this is mentioned in the case notes, then you have to add another paragraph. If it's not, then it's not necessary. The last one, it's really important. Here you'll mention your purpose again, like what the doctor or nurse has to do. And in the last sentence, you'll formally try to ask the doctor if they need any further information. Then you'll use yours sincerely, comma, leave 2 lines here, and then doctor. Remember, you don't have to write your name here. Just leave it empty. So now you know the layout. I want to talk about something more important. Here, some doctors write the date for the address and name. That's fine. I've read old official letters and they didn't write the date before name and address. So I think we should follow this one. Here, you will see some people write date of birth in a separate line. That's also fine. Till here, you just need to learn what is the layout of letter. Don't worry, I will teach you how to write it. Now let's talk about a really important thing. That's assessment criteria. Here you can see purpose. For purpose, you have to score above 2. All other 5 categories, you have to score above 5. So what is purpose? Purpose helps the reader get a quick and precise sense of what is asked of them. It means what is being asked. So it quickly tells the reader what they have to do, because healthcare professionals are really busy and they don't have enough time to read everything in detail. They just need a quick look of what's the problem and the purpose. Next one, content. Can be purpose extended in the body of this letter. Here, remember 2 things. Number 1, just add the necessary information. Omit the unnecessary ones. Number 2, information that you add should be accurate from the case reports. Be careful about the quantity or the numbers, such as blood test reports, medication, and the spellings. Next one, conciseness and clarity. Here, we'll make things clear. Means irrelevant information is removed. What doesn't the reader need to know? For example, if you're talking about asthma, the reader needs to know the workplace of patient because it tells what kind of environment the patient has. But reader doesn't need to know about the number of kids the patient has. This one considers how effectively the case is summarized. It means you're not wasting the time of reader. Fourth one, genre and style. Here, remember, this letter is a formal letter, so you have to be careful about the tone of your document. Number 5, organization and layout. We've discussed about the layout. You have to keep in mind how you're going to write that. First comes the name of doctor, then address, and you keep going according to the layout. Last one, language. Here it's more about your grammar, your vocabulary, spelling, and punctuation. Understand the criteria in more detail. I highly recommend you read this guide made by OET. It's really helpful. This guide talks about how to write the purpose, how to choose the right content, how to write with clarity, how to maintain the style of your letter, the layout of your letter, and how to use the right language. Remember, when you're writing this letter, keep everything fact-based. Don't be judgmental. For example, Mr. X smokes 30 cigarettes a day. That's what's written in the case notes. But here, if you say is a heavy smoker, you're trying to judge the patient, and it's not formal. This guide is really helpful because it talks about what's formal and what's informal. For example, he's keen to return home. So here, you try to combine he with is. So it's like together, he's keen. But when we write a formal document, we have to separate he is and she did not she didn't. At the end of this guide, you'll find grammar, vocabulary, punctuation part. They have links to the articles where you can read in even more detail. Now you know layout of exam, you have all the resources you need, you understand the layout of letter, you understand the assessment criteria. Let's move on to the next step. It's reading and underline. This is my own way how I prepared for the exam. You have to read all these 5 sample tests one by one. And you just have to read and underline. Let's see how to do it. Simply open any sample test, then look at the first 2 sentences of case notes. After that, look at the writing task. You don't have to read what's in between, because the first 2 sentences will tell you about what? About the date, full name of patient, and what's the problem, where you are right now, and who you are. Then the writing task, the bottom of the case notes will tell you name of the doctor, the department of the doctor, and then the address of the hospital. It will also tell you the purpose of writing this letter. And remember, here you can also find what kind of letter is this. It's a referral letter. It might be a discharge letter. And remember, 80% of the times you just get a referral letter. So I highly recommend you prepare referral letters well. And also don't forget the other types of letters. Just go through them, even if in case they ask you a discharge letter and you know how to write it. All different types of letters are discussed in a separate file that I've shared. Now open the file twice. Notes in one tab and a sample letter in another tab. What you have to do, look at the sample test. First one, Dr. Lisa Smith. Okay, go and find this. It's here. Underline it. Department. Underline it. Address. Underline it. Like this. All the information. Like here, underline in the case notes. Even the details like the type 2 diabetic, the history of the patient, blood sugar levels. So try to find each and every detail in the case notes. You have to do this for all 5 sample tests. Believe me, if you can do this, you don't need anything else. So now you know how to write a letter. It's your turn to give it a try. Open any practice file. For example, I opened this one. Pick any random letter and the case reports. Open your Word file and start writing. Remember, when you'll be writing, you have to be careful about the spaces, like where you have to leave space of one sentence. Once you're done writing, go to ChatGPT and paste this prompt. Act as an OET Writing subtest assessor and help me check my letter. I can provide you with the case notes and the letter I've written. Please provide me with a score out of 500 and a band according to OET criteria. So it will check the case notes first, then you will provide your letter that you have written, and it will give you a score out of 500 according to OET criteria. Then send. Open the file you practiced, copy from notes, fill the writing task. Now paste it here in ChatGPT. Now ChatGPT will ask you to provide the draft of letter you have written. Copy paste the whole letter you have written, copy and send. And now ChatGPT will assess it. It will give you a score for each part, like purpose, content, clarity, style, layout, everything. At the end, you get a score. It will tell you about the score for 60 out of 500 and it's band A. ChatGPT can make mistake giving you a band, but don't worry about it. You just have to look at the score. If you're scoring above 350, that's good. The same way, try to practice at least 5 letters before you go for exam, because practice makes perfect. That's all for the writing part video. If you need anything else, ask me in the comment section. See you in the next video for speaking part.